cat,
Nate
but
Dogg's OG
satisfaction.
nickname.
Yeah, curiosity
I
killed the
love
cat, but
that
satisfaction
name.
brought it back.
It's curiosity and satisfaction, bro.
No.
No, it's
Going
Nate Dogg and Pete.
Your satisfaction, he's curiosity.
Burn.
We're
Nate
gonna
Dogg
do
and
this.
Beats.
Hey, are you recording for
I
real
am.
this time?
5, 4,
You ready, Coco?
3.
Action.
Holy
Take
crap.
2.
Do
no
we say
one-
take two or beat?
Head it back and forth and break.
B2?
Beat. Just, no.
Jesus.
think I
Take
can-
B.
Ladies, sing us our intro.
You got me going to the east.
Gotta see so bad.
I don't know that part. I won't lie. I don't know that part.
That's the shit so bad.
Considering I don't know anything else, wait, I'm redeeming myself.
You gotta sneeze. I gotta sneeze. You gotta shit.
Didn't you already go do that?
Oh, yeah.
I love that Bailey's parents, or
Beats.
Beats' parents,
The beats.
know your 20-minute, 45-minute bathroom
Oh, he
ritual.
makes jokes about it.
It was made as a joke during our wedding.
Yeah.
By Pickle.
Yeah.
By
What?
the-
Yeah.
By Pickle. So it was a Nate 45, and then whenever he needs to shower, it becomes a Nate 60.
Disclaimer to the listeners: if you hear somebody in the back adding
Pickle.
commentary,
That
it's
would be the
Pickle.
Pickle.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't.
Pickle.
Pickle, do you want to lean forward and say hi?
That is what he looks like.
It's the pickle.
Yeah, if you heard that muffled sound,
Alright.
that was Pickle.
The Pickinator.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 8 of the Shaken and Disturbed podcast.
Part deux.
We have some very special guests today. So as always, we start from the left and we work our way to around to the right. So
Ladies
this
and
week we
gentlemen,
have,
stories.
for the first time ever,
Beats.
and
camera,
beside
Beats.
the beats we have,
Nate Dogg.
oh wow, that's so powerful. And we have the lovely.
T-Bone.
Someone has come back to grace us with her presence this week.
And she's braless.
What a thing to
Wow,
say on
way
air.
Okay. Wow. Pumpkinator is here. Damn.
Looking like a single mom.
Hey.
He called me an uncle earlier.
You're going to get them canceled.
And then we have,
Alley Cat. I don't know how to follow that.
and then the pickle is here with us. And
Go ahead, Pickle.
yeah, he's
Holler
waving.
real loud.
He's waving.
Just do like this, man.
Yo.
It's so real.
And then Age White Cheddar's here with you, and just as a backup singer.
Oh, but when I call Michaela a single mom, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, so you've
But
heard
you can be aged white cheddar.
Why don't you think about that, then get back to me?
You've
And
heard
see.
stories
There's a
about our
distinct
brother.
Yeah.
Now you get to meet them. for
Wow.
the
Don't
first
get me
time.
wrong. Like, I legit, when she walked across the room, I'm like,
Why are you guys discussing her little boobs on
but
air?
I didn't say the word. You just did.
Yeah, you done called her out
I
for
was
it.
being nonchalant.
called me
about
out
it.
You
for
said
it.
she was walking around with them. What did you think her app
No,
like?
I didn't. I said when she was walking
My
around.
apples.
Alright, children. Alright, children.
All right,
That
so
armpit
this
hair.
is supposed to be a family
My
episode.
armpit shape.
Moving
is-
on.
Yeah,
Welcome.
this is our family.
H. White
episode.
Cheddar, why don't you introduce our topic?
Oh, wait,
This
I have a
week,
Kayla moment, though.
Hey,
Oh.
We will.
I-
We'll
I
get
can,
there.
Oh.
I can. We'll get
Okay,
there.
Calm down, we'll get there.
I thought we forgot.
No, I have your sound bite is ready to go
Nice.
and everything, so
Gotcha,
don't worry.
whatever.
So this week we're gonna do a light-hearted episode. We've been serious for a little while.
Always.
So so and
Oh, Lordy.
at least she didn't do it in the mic, which is a blessing to all of us. You know, I would like to thank our sponsor Evan Williams because I need it.
And this is where the moment it clicks in for all our viewers that everything we've said about Beats and Nate Dogg
Are
is
true.
true.
What do
If
but
you
know
thought we
it's-
were
But
reacting,
you know what's interesting that I think is. Sorry, I didn't. Go ahead.
is this,
Oh.
No. At this point,
is
what's
this how you
interesting?
feel?
Don't you see it hurts,
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
it?
it's
So what
It
exactly
hurts.
are we talking about?
If you listen to the
Yeah.
podcast, you'd know.
I
Ooh,
have.
So this is going to be funny family stories.
Oh, Lord.
Or sentimental.
Or sentimental.
sentimental.
But mostly funny.
Careful,
Sentimental?
Papa might start crying.
Papa,
He
I'm
won't-
like, Papa, Papa's not listening to this.
he is
Papa listens to
he
this podcast.
he along with your grandma Linda have made it very clear that they don't listen to it because of the foul language.
Oh,
Why
God.
are you looking at me?
Because if someone was autistic,
You guys weren't there
By
for
the
that.
way, I'm not. That's a moment for today. Actually, there we go.
do you want to? You want? Before you do, I would
Stop
like to
it.
go into a rant because I haven't done that.
Oh,
in a
Lord.
while.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I was
boy.
loading up
It's
gonna
today.
get real.
Here goes the lighthearted
Let's go.
episode.
No, it'll get better.
We're
About to
getting
get dark real
canceled.
fast.
No. I mean, for some people
I can see the storm clouds.
in the hotel industry.
Oh
No.
All right,
So
everyone quiet.
we took a trip this week. We left Thursday night to go up to New Jersey, you know, for a memorial service for your grandmother and grandfather.
Yep.
And booked a hotel online, and I'll throw names. I don't care. Hilton Properties.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. For
Let's
a
say
podcast with 40 people, we're name
Yeah,
dropping
we're
an
okay.
awful lot.
Here, you want me to disguise the
Your
next
phone
part?
out, just smell
It's
my foot.
Conewood
Crazy feeling, by the
sweats.
way.
Is that better?
Are you
Thank you.
okay?
You're welcome.
You look a lizard.
Homewood Suites.
Yeah.
You hear how he talks to me, people?
Yeah, they do. And they're like, they're sitting there going, I'm sure he deserves it. But it was a little bad.
Michaela, shut up.
It's okay. It happens.
No,
all the time.
it does. Yeah.
Quiet, you.
I turned their mics off. But
It was not the best.
no, the
experience.
lobby, beautiful.
Gorgeous.
After
the best
that,
part.
it
Why
was
didn't
all
you just
downhill.
Sleep there?
Sucked you in.
Yeah, I mean, even the pictures online look
That's what
great.
she said.
But then we got in the room. Oh my, that sounded like a 7-year-old burping.
I
You
want
okay
more
there?
chicken nuggets.
Oh my
Girl,
lord!
okay.
But first we get in the room. It's a little musty. They forgot to turn the air conditioner on,
Oh, boy.
so it was like 80 degrees in the room. You tell there been some pets there. Went to
Dad's eyes exploded
Yeah.
as soon as we walked in the room.
In tears. He was having
Yeah.
a heart
The
attack.
red, red allergy.
Oh, it was
reaction.
so
Oh,
bad.
so me right now.
You-
Got it.
yeah.
He
Oh, I
fell
thought
over
Spanish
as
was
soon as
nice.
the
Oh,
door
I was
opened.
picturing Jason going. Like his eyes
Again,
were
like I
wide
was
open.
thinking that too. I was
He
thinking
fell over in
That
tears
was-
as soon as the
I,
door
I,
opened.
I was getting there in anger later on.
I didn't take it in the context of allergies.
But went to hang the clothes up in the closet and went to open the closet door, and it wasn't attached to the sliders. So I had to use my hand and my foot to open it.
Real. That's real.
And then I'm like looking at the furniture, and I'm like,
You didn't want to touch the furniture with your hands
no.
or any kind of skin particles. Like it was
Yeah,
bad.
it was
Particles.
bad. I took pictures.
And then I went to use the bathroom, and thankfully I only peed
For the first time ever.
because the toilet was broken. There was no chain, and the
Piece where the
I-
chain would hook on the
was
handle was
broken.
broken.
I feel like in order
So you
to
gotta
really
reach
give
in the
viewers,
toilet to
No,
open it.
in
You
order
couldn't
to
even
give the
do
viewers
that.
a real like overall thing, we should post the pictures.
Yeah.
He
So
took pictures of everything.
I did. So went down to the lobby, and at that point I'm amped.
I demand another hotel room.
And go down there, and the relief desk person was there. This kid was stoned out of his gourd.
Kind of look like Michaela right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
You would be too if you
Oh,
worked
my
there.
giddy aunt.
Like you were literally
And-
like this in that moment.
I was trying to mouth breathe because my nose is stuffed. Okay.
Man, y'all are coming for her. I didn't come for that much.
I unloaded on this kid, and he's just like,
Can you repeat that one more
Which
time?
one of you
sir?
said that? Which one are you saying
and
that?
he sits there, and I was like, can you come look? He's like, yeah, I'll come look at it. He walks out of the office, and he's like, I'm gonna grab a plunger just in case. I'm like, it's not clogged. I'm like, it won't flush. Walk
It's
up.
just piss, bro.
Your mom is sitting on this couch, which I'm like, how are you doing
No
this?
hands though.
Because that makes it no
difference.
hands.
Dude, dude walks into the bathroom. We had the lid off the toilet already. Looks down at it, and the next thing I hear out of him is going, "Oh fuck," and I'm like, "Yeah, he's not fixing this," kind of deal. He just turns around. He's like, "I'm gonna find you another room." I was like, "Probably a good idea."
Thanks,
Wow,
brother.
thanks. Maybe could have done that first.
They put us in another, and I'm like, elevated.
The other room is better.
Yeah, but we walk in.
Oh, it had
It-
white blankets instead of yellow this time?
It only had a couch. It was missing the armchair.
And the window is broken and held together by duct tape.
Yeah, the window was broken, held together by duct tape,
Oh, I had to beat this kid.
and the TV in the living room did not work.
It didn't.
That's real.
So,
That's
I'm
concerning.
coming for your throat, Hilton. But
Why didn't
After
you just
that-
leave and
Oh
find
my-
another one?
In the words of myself, they can sue us for slander if you keep doing that.
Is it slander if it's true? And you have proof of it?
It's
Um,
you can still be sued for defamation,
They
even
can-
if it's true.
they can come for us. And I don't know if we have the financial means to
I'll defend us in court.
fight it,
Michaela, be
considering we're
quiet.
doing
Okay,
this
then y'all
podcast
really
in
won't
your
have any
bedroom.
financial-
Michaela, you'll forget where court is and show up dressed the way you are now.
Oh,
You know what?
Oh wait,
Wow.
or
Okay.
maybe you'll drive
Hey,
45.
hey,
Coming
be
for her
nice.
looks.
stop.
Yeah,
Getting a
Nate.
little bit harsh.
Yes.
Sorry.
So with that rant getting out of the way
Uh-oh.
now, I do believe it is time for a very special moment that we haven't done in a few weeks, and it is Michaela Moments.
All right.
I'm concerned.
Your turn to shine.
I got 3, guys. Just
Woo.
3 beautiful moments. That's it. I promise. We'll go quick. First one, presented a project in my concept drawing class. Disclaimer to all the viewers or listeners. Yep, listeners.
Or both.
And viewers.
Slay. Okay.
You nailed
1, not a digital artist. 2, not creative. My art is very. This is what it is, and
Don't talk about
so
yourself.
this class, this digital conception class, my weakness. Presented my project, finished the class, finished presenting. The class was dead silent.
it. What did you present there? Do you have
Who just spit her drink on me, by the way?
Calm down. Get your
Um,
bearings.
It was the project was another world, and I guess I just did not slay the way I thought I did.
She had to create a whole
I
nother world.
literally sat there and was like, yep, that's my project, and then it was literally everybody's looking at me the way you guys are looking at me right now.
Isn't that the project that you based it off of Akatar?
I did. I stole.
They knew what you were doing. I told her. I was like,
No, they looked at me. They looked at me like that because my shit was bad. It was just
The people are green.
the professor was writing on the board, and I'm sitting there, and I just like in dead sounds, and I was just like, slay, and no one said anything.
Did you say that before you walked away?
I did say slay. Yeah.
That's probably why.
I felt so awkward.
Is that like saying period?
Yeah.
They
I
might have
always-
clapped if you didn't say that.
We all did. They all did this. It was one clap, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh no.
All right, so that's one.
Yep.
I would have clapped for you.
2. Oh shit. Oh, 2. Okay. So there's this thing called like Discord, and I'm a boomer essentially. I don't understand like technology or all these new fandangly apps that we have to use now.
Facts.
Fandangly.
So
Real.
there's
Nice.
this app called Discord, and my professor like wrote like and was like, "We're gonna be using this," and I was like, "Okay, I'll download it. Try my best." Took me 2
Sounds like
hours
me.
to figure out how to sign into it. He texted on the Friday, like my Friday morning class. He texted in Discord and was like, "We'll be running late," and it was like class starts at 9:30, and I was like, "Cool," so I don't need to leave until blah 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 blah. Then it was, "I'm running we'll be there at 9:45," so I was like, "Oh shoot, okay, so I just need to go later, I guess. Like, I'm not gonna go sit in the classroom by myself." Yeah. So I walked in at what I thought was the appropriate time. Class had already started. Thankfully, I knew the professor was like, "Dorian, I misread the Discord and I did not understand it." And he was like, "That's okay. Go take a seat. Like, it's fine." And I was like, "Thank you." And then he proceeded to absolutely roast my artwork, my painting. Also, another disclaimer. I don't use gouache. That's a new paint I've never used before.
Gouache?
Yes.
It's like guacamole.
no.
I'm glad you asked that
guava.
question.
It's like watercolor, but more solid.
Your nemesis.
My nemesis.
So
Oh,
normal
no.
paint.
Oh, that
I
is
took
her
the class on
nemesis.
purpose to push myself.
Oh, okay.
How do
So-
you feel now?
Regret.
He roasted my shit in front of everybody and was like, and he was like, "Can you redo this?" And I was like, "Yep,
No.
yes I can." He was like,
Dang.
"Thanks, kid." And I was like, "Thanks, Dorian."
Thanks, champ.
Who,
His
what
name is
professor was it?
Dorian.
How do you know him?
I had him for my sequential imaging class, which is like comic book writing.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That sounds
So-
like fun, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was not
She
good
sent
at
me
that
her
either.
stuff with that.
But
No,
he
it's
literally,
good.
when he was sitting it down,
Moral of the story is Michaela can only do drawing.
it's so true. He literally was like, "You're a big drawer. I remember that." And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Okay."
Or clouds.
And I was like, "Eh."
Your clouds are gorgeous.
Thank
They
you.
are.
Thank you. Last one. Hey, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Joe Schmo.
Bro,
Joe Mama.
Wow.
Young Tucker.
Joe, everybody's upset with you that you're not here right now.
Yeah,
I miss
seriously.
you.
Make sure I tell
We
her.
Thanks
only
for
came to
liking my
visit
post
to
on
see
Instagram
Joe.
today.
He's been like, he was like, he woke up today and was like, "Did you see Jason's post?" I was like, "Yeah, I saw my father's post." But anyway, that's not the Mikhail moment. It's the last one. Another backstory. Went to JMU this weekend, folks.
Period.
Oh yeah.
Went and drank a lot of beer, and unfortunately, as a thick girly with stomach problems, the beer was sitting nice and heavy in my tummy the whole night, and I didn't have a poop while I was there, but
Ma'am.
but it was just a lot of air, so I woke myself up this morning, and
I,
had
hold on, today, this morning. When did you get up, child?
this morning.
Okay.
I
At
woke
approximately midnight.
I wook myself up by farting, and
You like scared yourself awake?
I did.
You're like,
I did.
you're like one of our dogs.
I literally farted and woke myself up, and lo and behold, I looked beside me, and who was also already awake on his phone. So I was just letting it rip in my sleep because I had gas in my tummy, and I opened my eyes, and I side-eyed him, and I was like, oh my god, I just farted so bad. I
He
definitely
heard all of it.
definitely Dutch ovened him too. But thankfully my
Oh
man
my
knows his
God.
place and just kept silent about it and just moved on. But
It's
yeah,
a good man. It's a
definitely
sign
let
of a
it
good
rip.
man.
So-
I gotta
Good
figure out
man.
how to do that, like that little thing on Instagram where you like put little words on your real thing. And say
It's not
gas
hard.
is real.
text.
not.
Sis, before we continue, I want to apologize for coming after you like that. You were dressed like that in front of my in-laws, which was both infuriating and hilarious at the same time.
Sorry, I offended Nate's in-laws apparently.
No, you didn't
No,
offend
you
them.
didn't. They really did
I
not
know.
give a fuck.
I know.
You didn't offend them.
I know.
I am
And
old-fashioned.
ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
That was Nathan's attempt to make an apology.
Yeah.
I accept, brother.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Love
but
you.
that's love you too. That is my Michaela moment.
Oh yeah, only 3 this week.
Disclaimer to the new podcasters: if you're gonna yell into the mic, go back here.
Yeah,
Oh,
lean
my
back.
bad.
My bad.
Oh, my fellow
Oh.
people.
Mom, you'll notice sometimes if you hear the
No, I didn't
sound, sounds
even-
like it's blown out. It's mom laughing at
I didn't
you.
even do your outro.
I don't have an outro.
What I usually do it.
Oh.
Do it real quick.
That's your outro.
That's been Michaela Moments Part 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Michaela
Moments.
Moments.
Yeah.
And on with the show.
All right.
Oof.
All right.
Who's
so-
got a funny
yeah,
story?
who wants to
I
start?
have one. I have
Oh,
one.
Oh, I have a
wow.
good one.
Oh,
Beats
boy.
Damn.
beats
We're gonna
beat
let
you
the
to the
guest-
punch.
Don't you mean
So,
she beats me?
This one is specifically.
That's enough of that.
If you ever say anything about one of my jokes again,
No, this one is specifically for Nate Dogg.
What? Wait a minute.
When we first moved into our house,
what about Warren G?
bless his heart, was not the most best at cooking.
Oh,
So
damn.
I was at
Oh,
work.
I know this
We all
story.
know.
yeah,
We all
I
know.
was at work one day, and I
Burning
wrote him.
down the house.
You burnt the house down like 3 times.
No, I did not burn the house down.
I
Someone
wrote
almost
him-
blew up the kitchen
I
and
wrote
set
him
things on
very
fire. It happens.
specific instructions about dinner. We were having beef stew. I had everything already prepared for him. All you had to do was pour it into the thing.
The crock pot.
I remember
Yes.
hearing
into,
this
into
story.
the crock pot. Here's the thing. The black part of the crock was not in there already. He had taken it apart, so I'd assumed, that was my first mistake.
I've gotten better since then.
So I'm at work. He put everything in the crock pot, and I get a call.
In the outer shell.
I get a call while I'm at work of him freaking out, like borderline about to be in tears. He's like, "I think I broke your crock pot. I'm so sorry. Everything's spilling everywhere." Because he didn't put the crock into the crock pot, and everything was spilling onto the counter because he put it in the metal shell.
Are we shocked? No one is shocked.
Quiet yourself. I've gotten
Thankfully-
better since then. Thank
Thankfully,
you.
he didn't break it. I was really scared about that. He didn't break it, and he was actually able to clean it out, put the crock back in there, and make dinner. And it
Oh,
was
so you
fine.
salvaged the
And now,
metal.
yeah,
He
now I can
salvaged
cook.
it
Now I can
amazingly.
cook decently
And
well.
instantly you know how to cook.
It was absolutely
Exactly.
That was the moment.
It was absolutely fantastic.
Things
To
clicked
make
in
or
my
break.
mind.
Until he made oatmeal a couple weeks later.
He
Dude.
doesn't add water to it.
That
and
is a
he just
very
lights on
complex meal.
fire.
He forgot
Yeah.
to put water in his oatmeal.
He's done that so many
Oh,
times.
that's how he
Bro,
caught the
you
house
do
on
that
fire with the
over and
macaroni.
over.
He did that during online school. He would forget to add water to his oatmeal, and I'd be like, "Bro, it's smoking."
Yeah, you know,
I
so
melted it to the bowl.
No, it was
and
so
we had to
bad.
throw away the bowl.
It was so bad.
And it's like your roommate.
It was literally so bad because he forgot to put water in it, didn't realize it, put it in the microwave for like 2.5 minutes, and it got to the point it was smoking so bad. I was like, oh my god, it's on fire. It was smoldering, like it was about to
He
be
was-
on
he
fire.
It was like that chicken.
I
He was-
couldn't, I
Yeah.
couldn't grab
Oh.
It
the
was,
bowl.
it was
Dad,
like the chicken, except
thanks
he
for
melted
stealing
a
my
plastic
story.
bowl.
Yeah, Nathan.
That was gonna be my story.
I didn't tell the
She didn't
story.
he
explain it. But no,
literally does that.
he melted the bowl
Yeah,
in our
bro.
microwave.
He does that all the time.
Okay.
He literally did it.
Man's
So
a
in online
menace.
school, I had
okay.
to take the brown scraper and like scoop it out because he was like, I was like, dude, there's no water in
It-
here. What are you trying to do? It was like
I make
literally
mistakes
black.
occasionally.
No,
We
you know
literally
that
said
is-
fucking
My
into the
love,
bowl.
that is your ADHD, like quintessential, like that is
Yeah.
it in a
You
nutshell.
get that honest.
You're doing something, you forget the steps.
See the black and shit.
If someone had ADHD,
It would be
It would be you.
Yeah, it'd be you, mom.
and
I
you
have
and
OCD.
you.
I have OCD.
And I'm normal.
No,
yeah,
you're
who's
not.
only
Don't
neurotypical?
lie.
You have
Oh.
OCD.
Don't even go there.
I have anxiety, nothing
You
else.
know what I'm?
Alicia, you have self-induced anxiety.
right there.
I have
Yeah.
anxiety and nothing else.
I am
No
smelling.
one in this family is normal.
I am
That's okay.
smelling denim burning.
It's anxiety,
It's
nothing
Nathan in
else.
the microwave again.
Mom, back me up.
Michaela,
Mom.
I
I back you up. No ADHD.
She's choking my.
So
See.
self-induced anxiety,
I
perhaps.
didn't say any
Sure,
ADHD.
sometimes I forget to flush the toilet, but you know what? That's just part of being
Why would you
alive.
admit that?
squirrel.
I would never admit that to the public.
Who
Alicia.
wants to tell the chicken
I
story?
want to tell a story about Michaela.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
hold
wow.
Okay.
Ooh,
So,
this one should be good.
on. Okay,
Alright.
someone who is here needs to tell the chicken story.
Okay. Well,
it'll get
Bailey,
there.
thank you for that story. It was a great story. Yeah. So a lot of us here know that sometimes Michaela's driving scares everybody. And so
Sometimes?
with that, I have two different little things I want to say. I drive with her the most, and so I can say she's a completely safe driver. She's fine.
This coming.
She just gets distracted.
This coming from you.
I am the passenger princess, and I can say I have made it everywhere
Which is
alive.
different than a pillow princess.
There's a difference between making it there alive and making it there like.
Everybody knows what a
Alright.
passenger princess is, except you.
Who's
boomer.
never gotten in an accident before?
Just call her Boney.
Not me, because I got T-boned.
Yes, you did get in an accident.
Oh,
you hit your coworker's
pickle.
car.
For everybody-
Yeah.
Remember when you cut off the big rig on the highway on the rain
Okay,
with
Boo.
Alicia in the car?
Oh,
story,
back to
Boo.
my
Back to
story.
the
Stop
story.
telling my story.
Oh shoot, my
so
bad.
one of my stories is yes, Michaela did cut off a tractor trailer in the rain,
I was like 17.
and I was in the passenger seat, so I'm qualified to tell this. I was reading my silly little book, and it was dark, and we were coming back from a road
It
trip.
was also raining.
and it was raining.
Coming back from Grandma and G-Pops.
It was a road trip.
No, it
because
was
we
Grandma
were-
and G-Pops.
We
It was
went to Mr. J's to drop off the dogs and pick them up.
It was Grandmom and G-Pops because Miss Bush was with us.
It
Yeah,
wasn't.
Miss Bush was in the
It
passenger
was a
seat.
road trip
of
in
Mom's
the
car.
Bush was
mountains.
with us.
It was a road trip from the mountains because I was reading after, and I started reading it in the mountains.
Okay, I don't have that many facts to back it up, so I'm going to concede on
Yep.
this one, even though
There
I'm
we go.
pretty
We're
sure.
gonna let this one go.
Sometimes
Anyway.
you gotta just let the story happen.
So I was reading, and I looked up, and Michaela was like, "Mom's gonna yell at me."
as we are literally in the behind screaming, no!
We were in two separate cars. It was me, Michaela, and everybody else in a
Wait,
different car.
I'm gonna go. This was before the
Yes.
going down the wrong side. The,
No,
No,
this
the
was
road.
after.
this is after she got her license.
Yeah.
No, the do not enter.
It was
Not-
just before
This
that.
was
This is
after
before.
that.
No,
this
no,
was
no.
before.
Do
Do not enter was later.
That's how I know you don't know anything. Because this
Oh.
is
Oh,
way
oh
before.
wow.
That was
You're
rude.
right.
No, I
Jason.
meant I meant about the
Okay.
time. The time, not
We-
anything.
hey,
When I
hang
got
on. You
pulled
look at me.
over,
We are talking about two different. You're talking about because we drove by. It's hilarious because
You're talking about when we had to we drove up the wrong road on the highway.
Yeah, that
I was talking about when she went
got
down
pulled
the
over
wrong
and
way
started crying.
on the road to Grandma and G-Pop's house.
Two different stories.
Anyway, guys.
There's
Anyway.
there's
So right now we have
many.
like 4 or 5 different
So
Michaela
many.
driving stories, but she's a great driver.
She almost got
fu-
me
she's a
killed
good
on the way
driver.
back here.
Anyway,
All right.
so
All right, curb finder.
and then I look.
Continue on your story.
You went over like just a few curves. Suddenly, already in your
Can
face.
you hurry up?
I'm trying, but I've been cut off by all of you.
I'm feeling it, so I have to.
Anyway, so I look up and Michaela's like, she's gonna kill me. And so then we get
Yeah.
back to the house, and Mom was like, "You cut off a tractor trailer with your sister in the car."
Yeah.
Mind you, she cut off the tractor trailer that was on my side. So if it was an accident, I'm going down.
I'm saying she's gonna speed up. She's gonna speed up. She's gonna slow down and let it pass her, right? No, she. And then just sat there, pokey, 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 pokey.
I don't know what was
That
happening.
tractor trailer was like. I was like, oh my god, she's gonna die.
I don't know what was
We
going
were
on.
fine.
I'm in the back seat, prepared to be an only child.
Legit scariest moment of my life, thinking that tractor trailer was gonna take that car off the road and they were both gonna be dead.
Yeah, you're
But-
welcome, by the way.
My favorite story
But
of
you're
Mikhail
still here.
driving
We
is
gotta
when
change the subject. She's about to start crying.
she was a vegetarian.
No.
I'm good.
Oh, she's having.
It's,
she's
it's, all,
actually
it's,
having a good
it's the,
time.
no, it's the problem with not having meat in your diet, Michaela.
Anyway, she was
Oh my
vegetarian at the
Lord.
time,
Gosh.
and she was driving me somewhere, and we were going through like the grassy area by the highway, and we were about to stoplight. She lifted her leg up onto the chair and pulled out a chicken sandwich that had been her cup holder
Well,
for a day.
that's almost as bad as the story I heard.
Where did
I
she
am
pull it out? Going.
It was in the cup holder.
I had gotten in the car and the chicken sandwich was there from when she stopped the day before.
Did you eat it?
No. You have.
She pulled it.
Put the photo
She-
in the when the
I
the
will show
photo
you.
drops.
She pulled it out of the cup holder and was like, "Well," and started eating it. And then
No,
she
no.
was like, "By the way, I'm not a vegetarian anymore." And I have never been more scared for my life than when her 80 music was playing with her one foot on the gas. She steered with one hand.
Yeah, that's not yet.
Eating a chicken sandwich with the other.
No, you get the look off of your face. You're
It was the
not allowed to look at her like that right now.
moment of my life.
The woman who carried a chicken breast in a Ziploc bag around in her purse.
No, it wasn't a Ziploc bag. It was Preston Seal, and that's a great advertisement for the company.
That doesn't make this better.
Was that chicken breast with barbecue sauce was in that pocketbook for about a week, and you never smelt it because that Preston Seal was so effective.
That's
Do you want to elaborate
disgusting.
on why you
That
had
is
that chicken
absolutely
for the
disgusting.
that weren't there?
I
we were
got
watching iCarly, and
Can we know why you just were
Yeah, I
curious?
want to know
Can
why
we
you
know
had a
this?
chicken
No,
breast.
no. Just
Sorry.
why don't you think about that? Answer your own
Sorry.
question.
we were at
Oh.
Grandma and
ADHD.
G Pops, and they had leftovers. They asked me if I wanted to take it. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it home, put it in the fridge. I'll take it for lunch. I wrapped it. Grandma wrapped it up in Preston Seal. I didn't have any place to put it, so I just threw it in my purse. I was like,
Yeah, so I mean-
why am I gonna take up a whole hand if I can throw it in my purse?
yeah.
I mean, because I'm always like, yeah, that's a burger. I'll just throw it in my back pocket.
And
Why
I
did you know why
Chicken sandwich, let me put it in my
carry?
cup holder.
obviously ADHD forgot it was there. Like a week goes by, Miss Bush and I are watching iCarly by ourselves for whatever.
Ghost? Sorry. The,
Oh,
the door
Jesus.
shut by itself, and I just saw the door go. Oh my God.
Because I was getting ready to say, I'm like, we are moving tonight. I don't know where, but we are moving.
The door just goes. I was like, oh my God.
That's her. I was like,
Guess we're going to a hotel. You know, not Candlewood Suites.
Oh my God.
Homewood.
Sorry. carry on.
Candlewood's probably a step up.
And in the episode, the one chick who always eats was like, I
Oh,
need
friggin'
food, and
Sam.
Carly
Jeanette
like pulls
McCurdy.
like a piece of fried chicken out of
Right.
a thing and whatever, and Miss Bush goes, imagine that, like who carries around a like freaking food in their purse? And I
Mom's
was like,
well, I'll have you know.
oh crap. And I went to my purse and I was like, check this out. I pulled out the chicken breast and she was like, holy shit. And I was like, it's been in there like a week. Never knew it. Went to
Oh
work
my
every
God.
day.
That
Had no
is
idea.
There was clearly no shopping done
I
that
have
week.
a. I have
Okay,
a,
but did you eat it?
Oh, I
Oh,
have
God,
one
no.
for you.
I have a Nate. I have a Nate one.
Oh, Jesus. What?
Oh.
I have
Alright.
a you one.
You want to
Also-
go?
Yeah. I
All right,
do
then next
actually.
is you, baby.
Okay.
Disclaimer. Boo's driving chicken story. I was like 19 and starving off of the VCU
I love that she
swipes.
says that like it's so long ago.
I was 19 and starving.
It's like 20
It
years
was my
ago.
sophomore. Damn. It was wow. Okay. It was my
We-
sophomore year of college. I was like eating like what was it like Pan Express every day because VCU has terrible food options. So
Yeah, but
give
that
me a
Panda
break.
Express
I have been a
tell she was snapping
vegetarian
me.
for forever at this point, as a 21-year-old. So anyway.
Wise beyond her years now.
My
I-
parents had just gotten rid of their horse for a new
I can now
gas-powered
cook
car.
my own vegetables. So anyway,
Oh,
but I have a Nate
wow.
story that plays off of Bailey's story.
Oh.
Oh,
This
Lord.
is when I was like 11 or 12, and we're home alone. Mom is somewhere else. I don't know where she was, but
Oh God.
we're home
That's
alone.
what happened often.
It was a.
Mr. Chase.
Oh, I don't know where you were. Okay, well,
Who's
we're all doing our own thing.
gallivanting?
It's like you're on like fend for yourself kind of dinner. Nate is cooking. Oh my God, what are the doggies? Okay, sorry, I'm putting in my foot now.
ADHD.
Oh yeah, and Nate was cooking dinner for himself. Mom had bought those like Kraft mac and cheese things.
Oh
like,
God.
and I hear Nate in the kitchen. He walks away. Then I hear a popping sound, and let me finish. I know you're about to interject. I already fucking know. And
wow.
I will
she
tell.
shut you down.
I will tell
quick.
your little sigh for a second. I am watching Say Yes to the Dress with Boo, and I send Boo into the kitchen. I'm like, Boo, go check what's in the microwave. Like, I didn't know we had popcorn.
The oldest and the youngest.
Right, who at the time was what, like 7?
Because I thought it was popcorn. So I send her in there to go, I'm like, double check. And she comes back and she's like, and I look in the kitchen and there's like smoke billowing out of the microwave. And I'm like, oh my God. Nathan didn't take the aluminum off of the package and also didn't put any water. Are you showing my photo right
No, correction.
I remember that beanie.
I still have it.
No, Michaela.
I have that whole outfit.
I didn't take the aluminum cheese packet out of the mac and cheese. I
Yes.
took the top off of it, and then it caught on
and then
fire.
didn't put any water in
Yeah,
it, by the
because you're
way.
not supposed to put metal in a microwave.
So-
I'm tracking
No, alright, I'm
now.
sorry.
So-
Anyway.
So, bottom microwave's on fire. That's still rotating and on fire.
So it's a show.
I'm standing there. There's smoke, like it's just insanity in this kitchen, and it's like leading onto the hall, and like into the living room and everything. And I'm like, oh my God! And I panicked and was actually a really, really good older sister.
She was.
Because I scooped everybody up and was like, we're going outside. I scooped all of them up. I'm taking all the fucking dogs outside. I brought I think we threw Linus out in the grass.
We grabbed Linus and he was like scratching Nathan's arms. He
Yeah.
was like,
no,
My
because he
arms
wanted to get
went
out.
shit 'cause
I
of
like
him.
remember being like, oh God, the fish. But I can't get the fish right now. There's too much smoke.
She's gonna die.
I felt so
No.
bad.
Put it in a bowl.
And we go to our next door neighbors.
Oh
'cause
my
I'm
God.
like, our neighbors, like, they have kids. Like, they've got to have something. We go next door. We knock
Our
on the door.
neighbors were hilarious.
The husband answers, and I'm like, there's a fire. And he goes, no. And I was like, yes, there's a
Is this-
fire.
yes.
I was
Because
like,
they did not speak very good English at the time.
I was like,
He still doesn't.
I literally was like, yes, there's a fire. And he goes, no. And I was like, there's a fire in our house. I'm like pointing at our house. And he goes, oh. And he goes and leaves. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm fucked. And he comes back out of the lip. It's a tiny rinky dinky ass extinguisher. And I'm like, I am literally going to have this house burned down and Mom's going to kick my ass. And we go inside and he puts it out. And I like look into the inside of the microwave and it's just like black.
That microwave was.
The glass
Fine.
plate
And
had broken.
We had
Yeah.
called Mom and we were like, there's a fire. And she's like, holy shit. Like she comes home and we're just like sitting there. And I was like, yeah.
I was pacing back and forth.
Nathan has lit the microwave on or like toasters. He can't be trusted.
Because what was the time when you were like 6? We did a lot of.
He
on
put
the
a paper
weekends,
plate in
I
the
was
toaster.
Hold on.
No, it was a plastic plate that he thought
Yes.
he wanted to retoast something to heat it up, and he put
No, it was a
plastic-
single something. It was like a single piece of bread or like a
You know-
chicken tender or whatever.
It was
Dude,
a
you-
meatball.
My God. You cannot be trusted with a toaster, a microwave.
A crock pot.
But it was hilarious because he's like, Mom, he was like 5. He's like, it's on fire. And I'm like, I'm sitting on the couch because this is when we lived in Leanne's basement. So it's all one giant
It was
room.
one
Yes.
singular
And I was
meatball
like,
on
what?
plastic
And I
plate.
look over and the toaster oven is indeed on fire. and the melted plastic was like melting into the, and I just unplugged the toaster and carried it outside.
That was the second occasion on which this
So
happened.
Bailey, you
No.
have us to blame for Nathan not being able to cook because we never trusted
Jeez.
him with
Thanks.
anything.
But-
yeah, y'all
No,
never
he's
tried to
actually-
teach
he's
me.
actually
so I
an
just kinda
incredible-
Well, I
He
think
is an
didn't trust me,
incredible
so I
Would
didn't
you have
learn.
trusted you after you ate a single meatball?
He is an absolutely incredible cook. I just can't trust him with the microwave.
I think
Or any appliance.
Punk
No
has the
offense.
way to
Hey,
put
hey.
out a toaster fire.
Oh, right.
Throw your oven mitt on top of it.
And then put the oven mitt on wood.
Or put the burning object on a wood deck.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Honey, no.
The fact that I did this as a grown-ass adult too is
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love the fact that
yeah.
yeah.
Yes,
So I
it
love the
was.
fact that last year also, Dad, there's spiders in my room. Vacuum them up. What I'll do with the vacuum, empty it out. I'm throwing it on the back porch. That vacuum is dead to me.
And I'm pretty sure it's still there.
It did not come back.
And
with
this
me.
is what I mean when I say I'm the normal sibling.
Okay, let's not talk about that whenever you're afraid of ladybugs.
All right, but wait. I have a story for us.
Okay, wait,
Yeah.
Dad has a story first.
This is like one of my fondest,
Oh lord.
Oh, Lord.
and it's
Okay.
an early in the dating realm.
Oh shit! I know what this is.
You do Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, I
Oh.
fucking knew he was gonna bring this up. I knew it. I
is-
knew it.
Pizza night here.
Oh.
Dude.
I do
Oh yeah.
I do partially blame your mother.
She put like 18 bottles,
Uh,
shots of tequila in those margaritas.
So she
Tequila.
Bum, ba, da, da.
your mom made margaritas for us.
I know
And
the
They were
parties.
amazingly well made.
there was at least
And
True
highly
margarita.
alcoholic.
An
there was
entire
there was
bottle.
You could
mi-
kill Shrek with one of those things.
minimally a cup of tequila
in each glass.
in each glass. I mean, one drink and I was like, I am sleeping like a cadaver tonight.
Yeah, you were smelling the color 9.
Oh yeah.
But can we?
But no, I want to get to
I
this.
just want to preface the fact that she did end up being sick. Like, I think her issue was more that she was sick than that my drinks made her sick.
Jason
dri-
was
y- y-
also
you're-
drunk.
Your drinks made her sick.
Babe.
Let's be real.
I did have allergies. but
All
carry-
of you
Chase,
were
carry
drunk.
on.
The-
Let
the-
Jason finish.
So we had the drinks. We were feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, really good.
yeah.
And then pizza was made.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my.
I
And
remember this.
It was
Yeah.
the best.
It- if this could have been like a one
My
of those
God, this pizza's so good.
articles on rating a restaurant, it would have been the best restaurant of all time.
I'd be
Yes.
rich.
Yeah.
I made the pizza. I made the pizza with you because I got home and I was out somewhere. I think it was with my friends. It was like my freshman year, and I got home
No
and I
story
was
is
like,
safe in this house.
everybody is drunk. What is going on? So I
I
helped
was sober.
you make the pizzas. We were co-chefs. Go ahead, Jason.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's good to be cut off
I
again.
just don't remember the details anymore.
Meanware, I went downstairs to
Nate,
sleep, so
let
I
the
found
man
out about
finish.
this
Hey,
the
the
next
man
morning.
finish.
Hey, let him finish.
But the
Tell me.
the diatribe that Punk went on about that pizza
Yeah.
while never opening her eyes was amazing.
I was
Mhm.
shit faced.
And
Pizza.
the fact that we had to use like half a roll of paper towels to clean her up because not only did she love eating the pizza, she loved spreading it across her face.
Down her clothes.
My sweatshirt is all.
Does that sweatshirt even exist anymore?
I have no idea where it's at. That's a relic though.
Wasn't that my marine one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we still have it.
It's probably got permanent pizza stains.
I'm pretty sure I had to like have Boo come in and help clean her up because I couldn't get
Yeah,
it
we
off.
yeah
There's
we
pepperoni
If
in the
you
hoodie
ever
pocket.
think I'm a bad sister,
Is it really?
I took a roll of paper towels, I wet some of them, I dried some of them, and I cleaned you up from the pizza sauce.
Never said you're a bad sister.
then we tucked you into bed and had to come and check on you several times.
I also cried.
Yes, you
It's a
did.
daisy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude.
Wait, that was a different
That
night.
was a
That was
different
the
night.
night Bailey and I took her
Yeah.
downstairs.
Bruh.
We had to
Oh.
help her
That was
down
Oh.
the
She was
stairs.
down
I
bad
was
that night.
Shit
Like
faced.
crying for 2 hours straight.
All right, my dog had
no,
died.
yeah,
I'm not
I
saying
know.
it's bad, but I'm just saying like Boo and I almost fell down the stairs.
That was
carrying
the
you
night that
because
we
the
had a
hallway
dance
wasn't big
party.
enough.
That
So
was
we were
that
having
night.
to be diagonal trying to carry your
But I
shit
think that
down
was when
some
he was
stairs.
at boot camp.
Yeah,
right?
she had
was-
come
that
over
was
and
the
we had a
week and a
dance party.
Yeah, it was like the second week he was at boot
Yeah,
camp.
'cause I read it in a letter.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I was so upset that I missed it. I had to read about it in like
You
3
didn't miss
different
shit.
letters.
You
Yeah.
just missed your sister like
So we
blacking
took her
out.
And that was when
downstairs.
Pickle first moved in.
Yeah.
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 He's
a
in the
couple weeks
picture.
Because he moved in
Yeah.
3 days before
Yeah,
I
he's in all
left.
the pictures.
Yeah, because he's in, well, we went out. It was still during like crazy COVID hours at the bar. And we got home from the bar at like 10 o'clock.
And you put
Yeah.
on music and we had a dance party. And
And
then
it was hilarious because
Yeah.
Michaela was hanging all on me and she was kissing my cheek and be like, "I love you.
You know,
You're
Yeah.
amazing."
she is the lovey drunk. She
I
is the
think
lovey drunk.
she
But-
saw the pug plushie pillow that she
Bruh.
had, and it was just over.
Is that why that stays here now?
Yeah,
Yup.
Okay.
it definitely is.
That was good. I was kind of like,
Oh.
why didn't that go? It,
That
it
has been in my
clicks now.
trunk for a year. So
It could go back
cool.
In
Anyway.
the trunk?
in the trunk.
Anyway.
Oh,
kidding.
I will take it. Let's move on though.
Let's
Yeah.
shake
Okay,
let's
so
shake
I have a
the
story about Michaela. This is another driving story.
It's Punkinator.
Damn.
Sorry.
We
I
use
swear,
code names here.
I'm good.
Okay, so it was the time that you and Mom came to pick me up from base, and we dropped you off at Moe's before going home.
Okay.
So as we're pulling out of the Moe's parking lot, there's a big ass like Chevy flying down the road, and Michaela comes to the intersection, almost pulls through it, and I almost got hit on my side.
Whoa. But
In the
further,
Kia.
I'm not killing my siblings. I am a safe ass
No,
driver.
not killing them, just close
Like
to.
no, it wasn't your fault. It was just what happened when you were driving.
Oh, thank God.
Like
okay.
this guy came flying
Okay.
down the
The
road.
fact that you don't remember is
I don't remember this,
The
but
fact that this dude came flying down the road, and we almost got T-boned on my side. I almost didn't make it back to the house, and then
that wasn't my fault.
and
It's Chevy's fault.
as soon as like he didn't have his headlights on and it was dark. So Michaela, I'm like, hey, that's a truck. Michaela slams on the
gonna
brakes and
hold it.
like it flies by, and we just kind of like looked at each other, and I was like, well, I just almost got killed. I didn't even make it home yet.
well,
And we
even
just kind of pretended it didn't happen.
Did we drive him in silence?
Yeah,
Because I was
we
like,
drove home in silence, and like we were listening to Joji, and we get to the light across from
It's
Walmart, and you're like, hey, I want to listen to this new
Hollywood.
Joji song with you real quick, and we just kind of pretended it didn't happen, and we listened to like, what's it called?
Glimpse of us.
Yeah, we listened to Glimpse of Us on the way
I like
home.
that song.
I don't remember
you
the
don't
incident,
remember
but I
the
remember
incident,
the
but the
I
song
put
you
on.
got
Yeah.
it.
We listened.
It's
We listened to
surprise.
Glimpse of Us, and me and Michaela are just like swaying back and forth together while
That's a
she's driving.
relationship. Yeah.
Just so you know, you guys may or may not have a sibling that ran a stop sign the other day.
Okay, in my defense,
Thank God it was
Oh.
in the shopping center parking lot.
Oh yeah. Who should?
bruh, can we chill? Like, stop, guys.
We're all good drivers.
All right.
Things happen and no one.
Here,
listens
I
to
In
what I'm
my defense, it was construction. I was flustered because I was driving the truck for the first time
Shit
on a
happens, bro.
major road,
Mhm.
and I always get stressed out when Mom and Jason are in the car because every time I drive with anybody else, they feel that it's their duty to make comments about everything I do.
Mom screams at
All
you like
of
that she's a
you.
drill
Hey,
instructor.
I just want you to
I
understand
haven't done that.
that
and
is
my-
a parent thing, and my mother did it to me.
I'm talking
She
about
did it to
all
me.
of you.
I've had my license for 4 years.
Michaela
I will
did
agree
it.
with
You
you
do
too
it?
when you were learning.
I've had my license for 4 years.
You
my
did it
parents
to her
still
too?
do it.
Yes.
I got
Pickled literally just says I'm a bad driver, just genuinely means it. And so I was flustered because I'm a great driver when I drive by myself because
Pickle,
I'm
would
like,
you like to defend yourself?
yeah, I did good.
Okay.
And then everybody's
he
telling
does it
me
to me
like,
too.
oh, well, you could have done this,
He's
oh, you could
such
have
a
done
bad
that.
backseat driver.
So I'm in Stafford Marketplace and I'm going
it's
because
still okay.
Jason's, I was confused. And then he was like, by the way, you just ran a stop sign. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to crash.
After the
I'm
fact.
just going to crash the car into the Lowe's at this
Blew-
point. Like,
blew
whatever.
right past it. I was like,
I love being in
I
the
was like,
car
I'm glad
with
I was
you
looking.
and with you two when you were learning to drive, Michaela. Because
No,
oh my
I
God,
didn't,
watching
actually.
from the back seat while Mom was like hanging on for dear life, she was like, oh my God, Michaela, you gotta stop! Ah, put your blinkers on!
you know, you have to say your mother has not done that to
And
you.
that's her going over a speed bump. A speed bump on an empty road. Oh my God!
Yeah.
We almost died!
You know, I love you to death, but
Telling you to
you're-
turn at the wrong place.
you are in a different world when you drive. You go.
Sometimes I just never mind.
She's a good driver.
No,
we
I
have
d-
driven so many distances together, and I have not died. I haven't been near death.
Thank you. Besides that,
She's
drunk.
I was not saying she was a bad driver,
Everybody else
but
is.
she's in a different time zone,
I get. I honestly,
so
I'm
to
just,
speak.
I think I focus on different things.
Yeah, I'm not saying Michaela's a bad driver. Just sometimes there are some scary moments while
Alright.
she is behind the wheel.
Okay, move
Anyway,
on to a
But
new
she's not.
segment.
But she's a good
Here,
driver.
I've got
Alright.
one for the family member that can't be here because
Which one?
Who else? Who else is in our family?
I don't know.
Joe.
1, 2.
Oh.
All right.
Oh,
Yesterday.
he's a family. Joe, you're
Oh,
a family.
Joe.
Add him to the group chat. Add him to the group chat.
Let's
Y'all
put him
are
in fam bam.
They've all said this, by the way.
Yeah,
They're
okay.
all acting like
he
they
he
haven't
is a
said
part
it.
of the
The
family, but he's
final
not part of
step
the group
is
chat.
adding him to fam bam, the group
He
chat.
needs to be
Literally.
added to the
Should,
group chat.
you know what? Should I give him that and say, Joe, I'm gonna add you to this?
Yes, do that.
I think he'd
Yes, because he's
You don't
part
have
of
a
the
choice
family.
now.
be the random memes. He'd be like, "Can you guys remove
I'm
me from
gonna-
this?" Like,
Joe,
Why-
you can put it on Do Not Disturb if you don't want to get 18 messages a
That's
day
what I do.
from Nathan.
Yeah. Okay. Or you could like actually like my messages or respond because I feel lonely when nobody when nobody acknowledges
Nate,
me.
Stop. Oh my
don't make
god.
it happens when I'm at school and they don't come through.
I,
until the
I,
very
I like
end.
text in the chat or send a meme and like I'll see everybody saw it, but like Michaela or Bailey likes it and that's it.
But maybe it happens
That's
when
right.
I'm at school.
my
I'm
God.
also in the middle of class.
Nothing comes through. It's not that I
Oh.
don't
Is that him at the top?
care.
Joe Holstclaw.
That's at the top.
Okay.
He's got an iPhone,
Okay.
so it's not gonna be green. It's
Send me
gonna
his
be-
number,
Okay.
and I'll add him.
Mom has it.
Does anybody have a story to tell in the meantime?
I have one.
I have Joe's number.
I have one. I was gonna tell it.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. So
All right.
this,
Well, don't send me his number then.
Okay. So yesterday we were gonna walk to the stadium because we'd all been drinking, and so we were being responsible adults and walking the mile to the stadium. And we saw there's a bus stop right outside his apartment complex, and we're like, oh shit. There's like this group of girls standing there. It's like 5 chicks. They're all shit faced going to the game.
Oh, they being hoes, ain't they?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
I was just joking, but okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay, I will do this in a second.
We're down to
Jason.
41
I can't
listeners.
focus. We're standing there, and Joe is blasted. I mean, I kind of slowed down when we left, but they did like shot after shot after shot before we left, and they're all shit faced. And I'm standing there, and Joe, this girl was looking at him, and he grabs my arm and pulls me in. He's like, by the way, my girlfriend's way harder than you. Also, she could fight you. And I was like, I looked at her and I was like,
So he pulled a
I
how to
love
lose a
how
guy in
loyal
10
drunk
days,
Joe
and he's
is.
like, my boyfriend will
Seriously, we
kick
love
your
a loyal
butt.
king.
I literally was like, no. I was like, I'm so sorry. He's really drunk. And he was like, girlfriend, go fight. Defend my honor. And I was like, and then his friend leans over and he's like, yeah, Michaela, why don't you go fight these girls? And they're all standing there and they're like, what? And I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. That's not happening. And then one of the girls was like, well, what if I want to steal your girlfriend? He was like, please don't. Like, please don't do that.
What if I want to sue? What's she gonna sue you for?
Steal. What if I want to
Like,
sue
what if I
your
stole your
For
girlfriend?
sure,
girlfriend?
sounded like Sue as well.
I thought you said
No.
sue. I'm like,
Like,
why
the girl was
so-
like, so what if I want to steal your girlfriend then? And he was like, please don't.
I'm sorry. I take it all back.
Or when he called himself my girlfriend
Joe and Mikhail's girlfriend.
to the rafting instructor.
That was hilarious.
He was just
That-
like,
That was a great
yeah.
laugh.
He's like, I'm her girlfriend.
And then he went, oh wait, no,
No.
I meant to say she's my girlfriend.
Too late. You
Love
stepped
Joe.
on that landmine.
Exactly.
Oh,
All right.
love Joe.
Those are two funny Joe
Good dude.
stories.
Pick. You got any stories?
We have to put him.
Oh,
You
go
want-
ahead.
You want
Pass
a
him the mic.
Double mic.
Take Jason's because I think I spit on mine earlier. So don't tell Ms. D not
Well,
to
don't be
get too
inside
close
the
to
mic.
this.
Jesus.
Alright, so I forget when it was, but it was a couple years ago. I
Who's
think
this
we were-
about?
You.
Oh,
Oh.
great.
Is that
Who
actually-
else would
actually
he
both
tell a
of
funny
us.
story about?
That's a good point.
Oh, okay, good point.
Wait,
There's the ladybugs.
Can we
Uh,
not? Can we not talk about that?
Yeah, we can skip it if you want to.
So we were still in high school,
Oh,
and
Jesus.
I forget if it was during COVID or before COVID, but I was over here for like the weekend, and we had walked outside, and we were locked out. We locked ourselves out.
Sounds like y'all.
Is that when you guys were spending the weekend here alone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had breakfast
Oh,
outside.
No. So Mr. J came and picked us up and took us to IHOP.
Yeah.
But
A
Nate and I
reward for
were
locking yourself out of the house.
Facts.
Nate and I had a plan. We were like, we're getting Nigel. We're gonna lift him up to the second story window,
That's the spirit.
and he's gonna,
Yeah,
you know,
we're not going up. We're gonna put Nigel through the window.
yeah.
Okay,
He's the
got
most
it.
agile out of the three.
Yeah. Then, yeah. But that was the plan. We were just gonna send him up, and he's gonna come down, unlock the door, and everything was gonna be fine and dandy. That did not happen. I forget how we got in, but I know that we went to IHOP with Mr. J and then sat outside for a little bit.
I can tell you how we got in.
Did somebody have the key?
No, we did what I
not?
usually we did what I usually do when I'm afraid I'm gonna leave the door locked by accident. I leave the kitchen window unlocked, and I would
Oh
just
my
yank
God.
the screen out of place, and I'd lift the window up and climb in through the kitchen.
Is that what you guys ended up doing?
I don't remember.
I remember that. Yeah, because Mr. J was like, "So what's the plan for when I drop you guys off?" And I was like, I was
Oh my
racking my
God.
brain, and I was like, "Oh, I got a plan." And we did it, and it worked because I always did that when you would leave me at the house by myself.
Because I just remember we were in North Carolina because we were picking
Yeah.
up the couch or something.
Yeah, and they were staying back.
They were staying back, and I just remember, like, my favorite part of that whole trip was, like, you calling me because you wanted to order pizza, and you had never ordered pizza online
It took
before.
it took me, Dylan, and CJ
So we
to
were
figure out how to
literally,
order
Was that the
pizza.
night before?
yeah,
night
we were
before.
literally
Yes.
FaceTiming, and I'm like, show me the screen. Okay, do you see the little part on the corner over there?
I remember
Click
that.
on
I remember
that.
Yeah.
I'm like, it cannot be this hard to
How
order
hard is
pizza.
it to order pizza on this website?
It took
It
the
was-
three of us like 15 minutes,
it
and
was
then
like-
we
You
couldn't
could have
figure it
also
out, so we
just
called
called
mom.
them, right?
Yeah, I'm like, Nate, right there, and he wasn't listening. So
It was
Call mom.
so. Oh my god! I remember like being, and I remember your pop-up, like, because they were at your grandparents were at the house too, and your pop-up was like,
No.
"Is he gonna be all right?"
No.
I was like, "Yeah, he's
No.
fine."
He'll just
He's
boil
just never-
crock pot in the inner lid.
You're hilarious.
I was remember we
Go
would
run
let
over a
him.
curb.
I just remember, and my favorite thing about leaving you alone was
What did he say?
you loved.
He said go run over a curb.
My favorite thing about leaving him home alone
I
was
was
that
have my
Wow.
license.
he loved
I hope
to
you find ladybugs in your bed tonight.
pretend that he was Tom Cruise from Risky Business. And he used to like dance around the house while he cleaned while we were gone. And I didn't know that until we took you to New York for your birthday, and we came back and you were like, I was like all over this house cleaning in my socks and my boxer shorts, and I was like,
Bruh.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
wearing
he
I
told
was
us
wearing an
about
unbuttoned
that.
button-up boxers and my socks. I was
he was like
sliding around.
he was like recreating
I
the
sweeped, I swiffered, I washed the dishes.
clean the house. He was
I-
so proud of it. It was really cool.
Yeah, I had my headphones in, and I had my phone sitting in the waistband of my boxers, and I was like moonwalking around the house with the like broom.
I love him.
I have a funny story about me and Bailey.
Oh.
I do have one more.
Oh boy.
Is it about the?
Ladybugs.
Please don't tell that.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. No, I won't.
Aw.
Because I was asked nicely. So.
Aww, what a sweetheart.
Way to go, Boo.
I love the brotherly sisterly
Ugh.
relationship.
Depriving us of comedy. How dare you,
Sorry.
Alicia?
Wow.
Anyway,
Moving
I
on.
got the
How bad is this
Side-eye.
story?
no, it's just about us. It's actually I'm telling a funny story about myself.
Okay.
So essentially, I'm a forgetful person every now and then.
Maybe.
Um,
bit.
sometimes I forget important things like keys to the house.
Or
This whole family's guilty.
Yeah,
It's
Mom
fine.
used to yell at
Exactly
me
what's
so
right.
much for that.
So
Yeah.
Or
Oh my
her
God, that's
water
so
bottle.
water bottle. Hey, it's a lot of things. But this story is about me forgetting keys to the house. So Bailey and I were out on a
Oh, I
mocha and
remember
peaches day,
this.
which is what we call it. And it was like December, mind you. So it was freezing cold. I was in low rise, black jeans, and we went to Panera and we were having a
Leather
great time.
jacket and everything.
It was all great. I was like feeling myself. And then everybody's gone. We were the only two that were going to the house because we had planned to go back and watch a movie. And so we get to the house and I was like, Bailey, I don't have keys.
She's like,
I-
please do not hate me.
I remember this call.
yeah, so
because Jason was like, use your pocket knife, make the lock open.
so I called Jason and I was like, are there keys anywhere? And eventually we realized there were keys in the shed in our fenced backyard. High fence, not one that like I could jump over easily.
Yeah, like straight up had to sit on my head to get up on that freaking.
The backyard fence.
So we tried to
Yeah.
pick the lock with like a pen that Bailey had in her in her car, and then Jason was like, "Use your pocket knife, Bae," and she couldn't. It just did not work out this one time.
No, it was the one day I didn't have it.
Yeah, and so she was like, "You're gonna have to jump the fence," and I was like, "Why do I have to jump the fence?" And she was like, "I'm not doing it."
No, because I looked at her, I was like, you really think you can lift my ass over that fence?
I used to climb that thing by myself.
Luckily, I tried to like just like wedge my foot in, but it's a narrow fence, it's a narrow stepping field. And it took me like 10 Bailey has a video of me just
I,
hanging
like,
on
yeeted-
like this.
I like yeeted her over that fence.
So she like pushed my butt. She grabbed my butt and was like pushing me over it. And I was like, I got this.
Sounded like your dad pushing me up the stairs.
Yes.
Dude, she fell onto the trash can so hard.
Yeah, I
and
put my
almost broke it.
yeah, I was afraid the trash can was gonna break because it was like supporting all my weight because I was like,
She like almost rolled onto it and landed on the sidewalk.
yeah. So I got over it though. I did it, and we managed to get over and be cool. And so I got the key. It all worked out fine. I got the key. We got in the house.
Didn't
And
split your pants.
Meanwhile,
didn't-
still holding crumble cookies, by the way.
Yeah,
the
we.
cookies survived.
It was a rough. It was a rough moment. For
I
me.
actually, I have a story about myself about having to climb over the fence one time because I forgot my keys.
Jesus, these people are going to think that we're like the most delinquent family in the world.
No,
No, they're going to think
could
that our
shame
children
us.
are the most
No, Literally,
forgetful children in the
when
world.
Boo and I were doing that, a neighbor came over and was like, "Are y'all supposed to be here?" Like they thought we were breaking into your backyard.
None of my children know how to remember keys.
No, but it was hilarious
We're
because
just forgetful people.
Well, that is a continuing trend.
it was like my
Pickle's like,
What does that mean?
I beg to differ.
You forgot your keys the other week when I was in Georgia.
You forgot your keys.
So it was my freshman year in high school. It was my freshman year, and I had forgotten my keys, and it was before I had discovered I could unlock the kitchen window. So we had the shed, and I tried. I was going to go over the fence next to the shed between our neighbor's fence and the shed,
Yeah.
but we had stuff in that spot, and I was like, oh, I can't jump onto this. It's gonna hurt. So I was maneuvering, and I was gonna go over where where we usually kept the trash cans, and I was like, oh, that's not gonna work either. The trash can's right there. That's full and open. So I climbed up on top of the shed, and I like low crawled on the roof of the shed, and I like rolled off the top,
I have my story. God.
and I just sat in the backyard and like chilling on the couch. I took a nap and everything.
My favorite story of you is when I was at open house,
What year? I mean, you've done that a few times.
and I got the call from the police.
Oh Jesus!
Oh.
The neighborhood protector.
Because my son was a vigilante. And
He was out for
Nathan-
justice.
Nathan had you had an arrow costume from.
Can I tell some
No,
backstory for
I
this?
was wearing my leather jacket, and
You had a mask on.
I
Yeah,
had my
give some
I had a
backstory.
Snake Eyes mask on.
Oh, because you were Snake Eyes for Halloween that one year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, backstory.
Because the summer. Okay, so a lot of you that don't know Nathan are not going to realize that every summer he gets so bored that he has to do something. So he binge watches a TV show. And every summer it was always Arrow, Daredevil, or The Punisher. And that summer it just happened to be
Actually,
Arrow.
Yes,
So
it
he
was.
went through
Stands
his
to this day, by the way.
he went through his Arrow phase, and he was like, I am a vigilante. I am
That's what got me
a
into working out in the
justice
first
member.
place.
It is. I remember that.
because he got like his Arrow target.
Because that
thing
arrow
for
guy was
Christmas.
hot.
Yeah.
And he asked for a bow.
Yeah.
I had a compound bow. I had one arrow, and I had.
Because you lost the rest
I-
of them.
It only came with 2. The quiver had 3 slots, but it only came with 2 arrows, and I lost one the day I got it because I shot it up the hill by accident and lost it in a pile of leaves. And I had 3 little wooden arrows that I got from a bow and arrow toy at Party City. And so I was walking around. I made my recorder case. I cut a hole into my recorder case at the top so I
Yep.
could have a little quiver, and I wrapped it in duct tape, and I put a belt through it
Oh my God!
So I
And
could- so I-
you've triggered a story for me now.
so I could make a quiver out of it. And me and my buddy were walking around. I had Ty over, and he was meeting the rest of our friends. We were just fucking around, and out of nowhere, I see this guy walking up with a badge. I was like, oh shit. And so I dropped down the hill. I like took my mask off and everything. I took off the quiver because I was like, I'm not getting killed today. I'm like 13. And so I walked back up the hill, and he's like, hey man. He's like, hey man, do you have a minute? Come here. And I was like, hi, how you doing? He was like, yeah, so you can't have a mask on. And I was like, oh, okay. my
Yeah.
bad. He was like, with all the clown stuff going on, you can't have masks on because people it's just weird. It freaks people out. And I was like,
Well, I
okay,
guess
cool.
in Virginia, like when you're over the age of like 16, you can't
I was
wear.
13.
Yeah, but I remember the cop telling me,
Yeah.
just an FYI, in his future,
And one of the
state
pool
law
workers,
is
one of
you
the
can't.
pool workers had called the cops, and they just called that guy because he was off duty but lived in the neighborhood. So the cop rolls up, and he's super nice because I was a kid, and he was like, yeah, I assume this guy already told you. You can't have masks on. Like, what were you planning to do? I was like, literally, we were gathering like right here, and we were gonna go shoot at my target because we're just hanging
As
out.
we defended the neighborhood.
Quiet you.
Mhm.
And so he's like, okay, cool, yeah, you have a target. And the pool worker who called the cops, who then called you, he was like, yeah, no, I've driven by, I've seen him shooting at his target a couple times. He's being safe about it. He's got arrows and all that stuff. And the cop was like, all right, cool, yeah, just don't wear a mask again, please. And
I feel like
then
Nate
I
Dogg
go,
needs a superhero.
He told me
Uh,
he was super polite. He was a really respectful young man, and I was
my
like, well,
knees
that's
were
good.
shaking.
But I was like, he's
I-
like, I told him he doesn't need to patrol the neighborhood like we.
I
have
will
to
say
be
that
adults.
duct tape triggered a story. This
Oh,
was
Jesus. That is not a good way to
Oh
open that
no!
up.
It believe me, it.
It's
when
baby,
it
it's
come-
you.
No, it's you. This is
Wait,
all about
Wait,
you.
Hold on, what? Wait a minute.
So we went
There's concern.
on this massive cleaning spree.
Yep.
After
my
you
God.
went to boot camp.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Or like,
Oh yeah.
it's like
Did
we
you
know
find my
what-
duct tape
so
weapons?
bad.
You know when you when you said you cleaned your room out?
yeah.
You lied because I
You-
had to pack up most
Two
of
of
the
the
stuff.
siblings
yes,
have a
I've been-
habit of doing that.
I've already been down this road with.
No, your mother and I.
Did you find my
But it
duct
was
tape weapons? Yes or no?
Jason's first
We-
introduction into your world.
Yeah.
We found
Oh crap!
all of the duct tape weapons.
All the
Oh no, you
pieces-
didn't find all of them.
Dude, we found what was the rocket, the 2-liter bottle rocket that was under Michaela's bed.
I was not building that.
That was
Oh.
a school project. That was a school project from 8th grade.
The
Yeah,
mallet,
and it was still under a bed.
the
just
mallet
had
he
it.
had that was like
Uh.
attached by duct tape that he would use as a doorstop.
And it looked
Because
like
he thought
you
it
had
would stop somebody.
it looked like you had used like that spray foam to put the handle in the mallet.
How about
Mhm.
every vacuum apparatus that I've ever had for any vacuum that disappeared and I could never find?
Swords,
Broom
knives,
handle.
The
spearheads.
fucking random stores with duct tape on them outside, the walking sticks.
Yeah, like freaking
Even though he never walked.
little wooden
Anywhere?
like construction markers, the little wooden like
Uh,
sword-looking things.
I will
You
say
stole those from many a construction site around the neighborhood.
one of the most hilarious
Snap
things
those things
was
up real quick.
when we went the first trip to the mountains and we went hiking, and our Latvian exchange student was with
Oh
us,
God,
Oh.
I carried Ty up the side of
Oh,
the
that
mountain
was
for half
so
of it.
bad.
and I broke that tree and said, "Carry this."
And we carried it.
Can we also
That's
talk about the
scary.
Latvian exchange student and what he was wearing?
And he has
Jeans.
jorts,
No, he was
No.
wearing
jeans with shorts
with
over
gym
them.
shorts over it, and
Yeah.
it was 90-something degrees, hiking a mountain.
That was the day that Miss Amy almost died.
But yeah, moral of your,
Oh,
That's a different story.
Dad, moral of your story, you did not find all of them.
I think.
Did you take some with you?
No, I stashed them other places.
Did he bury them like,
What?
under the house?
The
We've
fuck?
been through this
Yeah,
house
we've
a
been through
thousand
this
times.
house.
Davy Jones.
We
you
have
just
been-
buried him like a fucking
Oh no, I
pirate?
didn't say I
That's
stashed them in the
treasure.
house. Well, actually not. Well, no.
Why
that's
are
not
you
true.
stashing?
All right,
you-
well, time to search Nigel's place.
This
Uh,
is my
s-
favorite part of having him though. Like it was never. I never knew what was gonna happen when he came through the door. They came through the door one time. They were like, "Mom, you've got to fix our shield or our sheath or." And I kept duct tape in this house all the time
Yeah,
because
'cause-
I never knew when I was going to have to use it to fix some.
Well, then
Well,
that,
no, but get this:
thing.
we buried weapons in the front yard. We buried weapons under the kitchen
Bruh.
window.
I do remember that. I do remember that.
We buried a dead bird in the
because
front
they were
yard,
worried
too.
if there was
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
Oh my
apocalypse.
God, yeah.
We
Yeah.
buried, we
It-
buried
it-
They had
weapons
a
under the
full
window.
apocalypse plan.
But
I
I've,
think-
I've buried weapons under the deck.
it was well, they're not there anymore. I assure you. It was hilarious. Here, not too long ago, we were down in South Carolina with your grandparents, and the styrofoam storage
My
story
mom
came up,
was the goat.
Yeah.
Do you remember that, bud?
and
Wait, say one more time.
the styrofoam storage.
When my mom would store styrofoam
Oh yeah,
for you.
yeah. Because I used to bring
Yeah.
my little like military figurines everywhere, and I would like
Yep.
set them up in like different battles. I would leave them there for
Well,
weeks.
Her
the
her
whole time we were there. and I would
her
just
take on
love
it,
them.
it was hilarious because she was like, your pop like threw it all away one time,
I was so upset. I cried.
and she like literally screamed at him, and he had to get it out of the trash
Yeah, because
because it was saved for you, and he didn't know, so he was like, "What's this junk? Throwing it away."
And
Well-
for those of you who don't understand him, I know I have pictures somewhere. Like, he would build styrofoam cities.
Nathan has an incredible mind that most of us will never understand
Yeah.
because in everything he sees the possibility to build something else.
I
Like,
told the
Yeah.
story
Yeah.
one
I
time.
built a styrofoam pirate ship, and I put a bunch of like U.S. Army figurines on there, and whatever styrofoam was left, I made little attack ships
yeah.
with the because I bought a
Dude.
I bought a what was it Iwo Jima. It was an Iwo Jima set of just little like the little figurines that you can't like they can't move at all, and it was like the Japanese soldiers were orange and the U.S. soldiers were green.
Oh my god, because every summer mom would stop by like a random craft store and let him pick out just an entire case of them and be
Mhm.
like, "This is it for the summer."
And
Like, these
so-
are your toys.
And so I built like a big old like just styrofoam pirate ship. I use the term loosely, and I put all of the U.S. soldiers on there, and then I had like other styrofoam pieces, the smaller ones, and I would put the Japanese soldiers on there, and I literally left it there for like 4 days, and I would just whenever I was coming back to pick up like play a different scenario in my head, I would just pick up the assorted little figures, and I'd play with them, set them back down in their places, pick up another couple, set them back down in their places. And I would
Yeah.
just do that for hours and hours.
Yeah,
And then it
we'll
became
go.
I
Lego.
feel
Yeah,
like
we'll
for
go.
people to
Okay.
truly understand like who Nate is,
Okay,
you have to understand
I've
that
got one more also.
once he's doing something he loves,
Oh,
Yeah.
you,
The
he
addiction
won't
is real.
understand if people pass him. You can talk to him, he won't hear you. Like
Oh yeah,
I
I've
do that
been
with
there.
my-
anything.
I've been there with him also.
all right. We got 2 more stories, then we got to wrap up.
I
Alright.
have a story about mom. And it's a story everybody's been waiting to hear. It's one we've talked about,
Oh,
but
Oh
never
boy.
introduced. I have the chicken story.
Oh God.
So,
I feel like this story's that funny.
one August
It's funny
night.
as hell.
It's hilarious.
One August night, mom gives me, I mean, incredibly thin pack, like a pack of really thin chicken.
Yeah.
And she's like, I need you to cook this for me. And I was
oh,
like,
this is great.
I'm on it. And so I cook the chicken to perfection because I know that when the chicken is still pink, it's not cooked all the way.
Naturally.
It was white. There was just no seasoning on it because she
It
was
was
like,
perfect chicken.
just put salt and pepper on it. And I was like, cool. So I put salt and pepper on this chicken and I'm like, dope, it's done, we're good. We cooked it, it was fine. And then she gets home and she's like, well, I don't think it's cooked all the way. And I was like, oh, what? And she was like, well, I mean, it's still like pink. And I was like, no, it's not pink, it's just pale because there's no seasoning on it. It was fine. She put it in the microwave for 10 minutes. And then
Yes.
Yes.
It
yeah,
was
from,
10
from,
minutes.
from what
I
I
remember. 'Cause
Because
understand,
you sat there and you were like, it's
Yeah.
raw still. No, it just didn't have seasoning.
And then suddenly, when it's smoking, she's like, why is it smoking? I was just cooking it. And I was like, it's already cooked. And so
So-
she takes it out, and it is quite literally charred.
it's a
melted to the point.
charcoal briquette.
You
Like-
could literally chip a piece off with a knife. You just
Ash.
hit it. It was
Straight
oh,
ash.
It was like
And
It
it was,
was
and
so
it was
bad.
The bird
melted.
literally
I-
died a
the
second time.
entire
Like,
thing was
actually.
black all the way through. It was
I-
black.
I
Yeah.
am sure if I went digging through my text, I still have pictures
I have
of
I
that.
have a
pictures.
video.
Yeah,
I have
we'll
a
put it
video
on
of
the
us.
Instagram.
I have a video of us stabbing the chicken
Yeah.
with a knife, and it wouldn't stab at first, and when it did, it disintegrated.
Yeah.
Like it was just straight, and it was like stuck to the plate.
So we called Jason, and we were like, Jason, get a load of this. Because this is before you had moved in with us. And he was like, what happened? And so I explained how I had done a great job cooking the chicken. And mom decided it wasn't good enough. And she just, and she was literally the whole time trying to defend herself. She was like, I don't know what happened. It was
been
raw.
gaslighting
It was not cooked. Like, I
It's
don't
all
know
your
what
fault,
happened.
Lisa.
Convince us that-
Your,
that
your
she
mother
didn't do it
was your
wrong.
mother was still in that phase where she was trying to woo me.
I guess it's family
I
cook.
can
He's gotta
cook,
know that I can
man.
cook.
Oh.
I swear, it wasn't me the one who did it. It was actually Alicia.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Bella did not cook it enough.
I was literally, and Bae saw it. She was like, yeah, no, it was fine.
It was
like, I don't know.
terrible.
It was just such an insane. It was one of the night that perfectly describes like what it's like in this house because everybody was in the kitchen. There was videos. It was smoking. The alarm was going off. It was one of the
She's
most.
still sitting there denying that
We're-
she's the one who
Yeah,
did
and
it.
then
We are
was
those
laughing.
people. I'm
We're
not
all
gonna
just
help
in
you,
there
but I'll
laughing.
record the
I will
tragedy.
Like,
record
when
It
we were
was
sitting there
one of
opening
the most
windows, fans.
chaotic nights that had happened, and yet nobody had blinked an eye because that's just like a typical night living here. It's just an insane,
chaos.
chaotic
We're
experience.
not chaos.
Yes, we
You
Yes,
are.
are
we
chaos.
are.
I went
It
home.
is
I
Yes,
went
chaos.
home
we
that
are.
night.
I told Joe that I'm just gonna beg and pray that his family isn't put off by how
I am.
aggressive.
When I
So
go to
I was-
friends'
I
houses
was
and
still-
it's like dead silent, I'm like, what's going on?
I'm
I was
sure
still
people-
living at my parents' house.
Yeah,
I
it-
went home smelling like charcoal.
Yeah, silence.
my
dog's like,
silence
"Are you
scares
okay?"
me because of the way this house is.
I am sure
I
that
hate,
people
I
walk,
hate being silent.
but I am sure that people walk out the door of this house when they leave sometimes and they go,
It's like a deep breath.
Yeah, her parents.
No,
okay,
they don't.
I
No,
need a
they
nap. But I
We
I
have so much.
I have a one story, and this one is about your older brother, who they're home safely.
Okay, good.
And then I realized that I missed joke time,
Oh,
but we'll get to that.
Wait, mom, older brother.
Jason.
Jason Jr.
The
Oh,
one that
oh,
was
oh,
just
no,
here.
no, I thought you were talking about like her older
Like,
brother.
he's
I was
like,
like, there isn't one.
is there a brother I didn't know
I was
of?
like,
Surprise.
I was like,
Did
Aunt
you
Erin's a
birth
woman.
a fourth child?
He-
And I did not know.
He just got out of the home. He doesn't have to wear a helmet anymore. Just kidding. I remember when we talk about
Careful, Michaela, you'll break your wrist.
your focus issues. You get locked in on things. Jay was the same way,
Aha! I'm not weird, y'all. See?
but his was Pokemon,
Oh god.
Oh,
Oh
Lord.
no.
Oh lord.
and this is Pokemon like in the early 2000s.
Right.
Right.
Dylan, remember 8th
And
grade
it
when
wa-
that
it
got
was-
big?
In that you didn't have, you had the games like the Nintendo games, but it was the cards. And there was a call
Pokemon
from
cards.
school, and it was his teacher, and said, "We need to talk about this." And it's like, what's going on? It's like he can't do or won't do his work at all in class. Wouldn't do it.
I don't know what that's like.
And it's like, what do you mean? He's like, he's too worried about his Pokemon and if they're okay while he's at school, and he needs to get home to them.
Aw.
He's caring.
That's actually really sweet in a weird way.
That would be something you would have done.
But
No,
it was
it's not.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it
was.
is.
it was one of those
All right, very
moments
well.
in a much younger time where
way.
it was like,
How old was he?
he was probably second grade.
Oh yeah, he's little. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
totally
Yeah, that
something
makes
you would
sense.
Oh, no,
have
because
done.
I did lecture you about leaving eggs in the pan because they'd feel bad.
We're just that family.
But I wanted to get that one in. I wanted to make sure I threw
That
him
is actually so
We
threw him under the
understand
bus
you.
one
See,
time.
So
see,
sweet.
so you really can't say you're not aware of people that put feelings on inanimate objects like
Yes.
your daughters and I do, because you have a.
I don't. I'm aware of it. I'm like, why?
With that in mind, can we please look for the salamander later?
Yes, we will.
No,
He's-
it's
he-
dead.
Ferdinand.
I don't
He's
think
not
it
dead.
is.
He's alive.
All right,
He's
well,
fine.
We'll
boys,
pull the stove out.
boys, when you're done, we'll pull the stove out. All
Can't
right,
wait to see what's
so
behind there.
yeah, it's been a while
Watch
since
him
we
be
cleaned it.
gone now.
Anyway,
So,
does anybody have
On
any
the
last
loose in
minute
the house.
additions?
He's in Alicia's
what
bed.
do you call
No.
an angry lamb dressed up like a skeleton
Geez, nuts.
for Halloween?
Oh Jesus.
No, you don't call it.
Bad to the bone.
Oh my God, you got one.
Slay.
I got it right.
You got it right.
Right, George Thorogood.
Dang, I wish I was like had money on that or something.
Do you know what the banana said to the vibrator though?
Wait,
God,
what?
no.
What did the banana say to the vibrator?
Slippery.
No,
Slip me in.
no.
Oh.
He
Wait,
said, "Why are you
wow.
shaking? She's gonna eat me."
Okay, that was actually really good.
That is funny.
That was hilarious too.
That was a
All
good
right,
one.
are we ready to close out?
We,
We
I
are, we
think
are.
we are on that note.
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time out of your Sunday
2-hour
to listen to us and
I'm
if
kidding.
spend your time. As always, the Alley Cat will inform you where you can catch up with us and see the latest shenanigans.
And my chicken sandwich.
At your
if
grandmother's
you
house.
want to hear more stories about me being the only normal one in this house, please check out our other episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and YouTube if you want to see our beautiful faces. Or I guess my beautiful face.
Wow.
Oh.
Or if you want to
She
see
went for it.
pictures,
Shots fired.
please check out our Instagram shaken_and_disturbed because we are truly
The flex.
disturbed. Please leave us a like, a comment, a follow, a share, or all of them. If you What are you doing?
Or perhaps you could like leave us some comments. We would love those.
Yes, we would. And or all of them. Please, all of them. Notice how I'm repeating all of them. Do it.
While she stares ominously into
No,
the
she's
camera.
like, don't be scared.
I'm
please."
winking at you. I'm winking at you. Or Michaela will come hit you
Hope
with
you
a car.
guys have a
Don't
great
worry, she'll
Labor
do it.
Day.
Or fight her, as Joe will say.
She'll just back into a curb. What are you talking about?
Have a great long weekend. Everybody gets them. And sucks for you if you don't.
You
We'll
guys
catch you guys next week.
have a great week.
See ya.
Don't miss me too much.
Quiet.
Are you still recording?
Haven't gotten the countdown yet.
Because you're not making eye contact. If your mother would make eye contact, I could count it down.
Okay, everybody quiet.
You don't do it with your voice?
No.
Oh.
Holy shit, that was so funny.
Oh my God.
I thought you did it.
You know what? I need a new sound engineer.
Oh wait, we're still on.
While everybody's
And I love how.
make the group statement, could y'all stop bringing up the ladybugs, please?
Okay.
Like, I know y'all